Hey, what it do, sports world, and welcome to the Real Untouchable podcast with me, Ray Dig. Hey, listen, as y'all know, you all see the new intro video. As you all know, got the new intro videos. I'm gonna let you all know where I got these videos from. I got more on the way. But hey, man, thank y'all for tuning in to the Real Untouchable podcast with me, Ray Dig. I want to talk about number one Iowa, the Hawkeyes, the Lady Hawkeyes, will battle against the number one South Carolina Lady Gamecock for the women's college basketball national championship tomorrow night. And it's gonna be a hell of a game, y'all. But listen, before I get started, make sure y'all hit the like button, the subscribe button, and also the share button. And hey, let me all know what you all think about this segment. All right, so let's talk about this game. You got South Carolina, you got Iowa. Iowa comes in at 34-4. They was 15-3 in the SEC. In the Big Ten. Okay, so you 34-4, 15-3 in the Big Ten. All right, they got a number one seed. Okay, now let's talk about the South Carolina Gamecocks. The South Carolina Gamecocks comes in the same record that they came in with last season when they faced against Iowa. Well, they wasn't the same record, but they was undefeated. They came in at 37. They were 36-0. This year they're 37-0. 16-0 in the SEC. They're ranked number one as well. Now, when you talk about points per game, these two teams are about the same. A 6-point difference. Okay, South Carolina averaging 85 points per game, Iowa averaging 81, but South Carolina is only allowing 56 points a game. So they're basically beating their opponents by 30 points per game, every game. So they have a 30-point victory margin, So, and then you got Iowa, their opponents, they're allowing 71 points. So they're beating their opponents by 20 points. Okay, field goal percentage is about the same, 49%, three-pointers. This year, South Carolina is actually shooting better from three than Iowa. Maybe it's because Iowa shoot more threes, but South Carolina, I think they go down low a lot. So when you look at these two teams, and the one thing that this game could come down to, and I'm gonna talk about it a little bit, it might not be the field goal percentage. It might not be the 3-point percentage. It might be the field goal. When you look at both of these teams with the field goal percentage, South Carolina is shooting a horrible 69%. They not even 70% from free throws. And then Iowa shooting 78%. So that's pretty good. But so if it comes down to it, who will you trust? When it comes down to if it's one of those games where you gotta make those free throws. South Carolina shooting 69%. That's all I'm saying. So, but when you look at the rebound percentage, South Carolina is averaging 46 rebounds a game, Iowa 41. Assists per game, Iowa is averaging 21, South Carolina 18. Turnovers are the same. You got Cordoza is the lead scorer for South Carolina. Kaylin Clark is the lead scorer for the Iowa Hawkeyes at 31 points per game. Cordoza is averaging 14. Raven Johnson is the leading assist. She's five assists a game. But Kaylin Clark is the lead assist getter with 9. And then Cordoza is also the leading rebounder for this South Carolina team, the big senior center. But Kaylin Clark is the leading rebounder. So Kaylin Clark basically leading points, rebounds, and assists. Okay, so when we go into this game, when you look at these two teams, they've been pretty much dominating everybody. First round, they both dominated two teams, 91. Basically beat the team by 60. Iowa beat their team by 30. And then in the second round, it was a more closer game for Iowa. Then in the third round, Iowa pretty much dominated Colorado, while South Carolina had a close game against Indiana. Same thing in the Elite Eight, Oregon State. They both, South Carolina won by 12. And then Iowa beat LSU, which was a more, harder opponent, but they beat them by 7. And then the last game, North Carolina State, they just should stay at the crib. Because South Carolina came in and pretty much dominated them by almost 20. We beat them by 19 points. Iowa beat UConn by 2, so they pretty much took them down to the wire. How this national championship game is going to end, how this game is going to be. So when I look at these two teams, man, I think this game right here is going to come down to, now South Carolina will be going for another national championship. Dawn Staley will be going for her third. It is her third national championship. And where do they put Dawn Staley? Do they put her up there with the Gino Ariana? Do they put her up there with Pat Summitt? I won't go as far as to say that right now. And I'm going to tell you why I won't say that. I will put her up there with some of the all-time greats, like Kim Mulkey. And the reason why I put her with Kim Mulkey, maybe a little bit ahead of Kim Mulkey, is because, when you look at three national championships, Gino Ariano got 11 national championships. That's gonna be hard. That's gonna be hard for me to put you up there with him. You're gonna have to win at least 5. I'm just saying. I'm honestly 5, and I'm being nice by saying 5, because when you won all these national championships, how can I say I'm gonna put you up there with the GOAT, which is a Gino? And I think honestly, Gino. I think UConn head coach Gino Ariano. I don't think he don't get the respect because he's a man. He's a male dominating in a female sport. If you got a female that's dominating in a female sport as a coach, let's just say Don Staley have 11 national championships, she would be undisputed GOAT. It ain't no if and bust about it. Nobody can talk to her. Nobody can do nothing to her. And I think that Gino pretty much, and he's a hell of a coach. You look at how he made adjustments in last night's game against Iowa. He's a hell of a coach. He's one of those coaches that he can game plan against. He knows what to do to take your best player out of the game. And like I said, he's been dominant for UConn. UConn has put player after player in the WNBA. Number 1 pick. National championship. When we talk about UConn is the only team. UConn went on a 111-game winning streak. Think about that. Some people can barely get on a 3-game winning streak. They went on a 100-game winning streak. 111-game winning streak. That is crazy. And like I said, they've been had a few down years. Even know what's crazy? We're saying that they've been had down years when they were just in the national championship game. 2 years ago, 2022, UConn was in the national championship game. So, and we saying that they had a down year they had a down year last year. So that just tell you how dominant this team is. And when we go back to 2013, 14, 15, 16, all right, so they won 4 straight national championships. That just tell you how dominant this team is. And like I said, when we look at Iowa and we look at South Carolina, these two team matches up real good. My prediction would be I think South Carolina and Don Staley is going to get the job done. I think that Don Staley will get her 3rd national championship. I think it's going to, and honestly, I don't think the game is going to be as close as people think it's going to be. Now, it could be close if the refs play a part in this game. If the refs come out here and basically get Cordoza and those big centers that South Carolina got in foul trouble, now this game could be very, very interesting. But if they stay out of foul trouble, South Carolina could dominate this game. And I'm not saying that they're going to win by 30 or 20, but I can see them win by more than 10 points in this game right here against Iowa. Because like I said, when you look at these two teams, I just think that South Carolina has been the undisputed best team all season. They've been, of course they had a close game every here and there, but they have been the undisputed best team all season. So I expect for them to come out there tomorrow and be the same. I think Don Staley's going to have that team ready. I think she's going to have them prepared. I think she's pretty much told them what's at stake. We can win our 2nd national championship in the last 3 years. And last year, just imagine they would have won last year. This would have been their 3rd straight. And this would have been Don Staley's 4th national championship. And like I said, it's not going to be the last time that Don Staley will be in the national championship. We know that. But I think South Carolina is going to come out there and enforce their will on this Iowa team. Like I said, they're a big team. And I expect for them to use their size. And like I said, the one thing that can play a part in this game is if the referees play a part in it. If the referees come out there and get the blowing that whistle and get the, allowing, South Carolina, allowing UConn to stay in the game. And like I said, even in the game when UConn played against Iowa, UConn was up by like 8 points. And then what happened? The whistle started going off, getting free throws, getting them back into the game. So, if that happens, then I can see this right here being a close game. But if this game is clean, I can see South Carolina running off with this game by more than 10 points. Kind of how Iowa was done last year. Iowa got beat last year in the national championship game by 17 points. And if this that type of game, if it's the type of game that they do not get in foul trouble, which South Carolina don't get in foul trouble, I can see it being another one of those type of games right there. But y'all let me know what y'all think. I gave y'all my prediction. Y'all give me y'all prediction. Let me know what y'all think about the national championship game. Until next time, hey, make sure y'all hit the like button, the subscribe button, and also the share button. And make sure you all give me your feedback on what you all think about this segment. Until next time, y'all, it's the national championship game. We got our Hawkeyes. We got the South Carolina Gamecocks. They will battle it out tomorrow for the national championship. Somebody's going home sad. Somebody's going home with a ring. Until next time, y'all have a great week.